Rainy and damp, Providence, Rhode Island is our location at the Friars Lacrosse Complex for perhaps the biggest game in Providence college lacrosse history. The 3-9 North Carolina Tar Heels have made the trip north to take on the Providence College Friars, whose record stands at 6-5. Hello, everybody. I'm Jason Chandler. Glad to be with you for this great matchup. Now, it's been a long week for this Providence team. They've already played 2 games. So this is their 3rd game this week, which is incredibly unique for college lacrosse. You see the graphic there. They've won their first 2 games. The first was against Manhattan, the second at Quinnipiac. Now, why would you schedule 3 games in 1 week, you ask? The reason being, you get a program like North Carolina to come up and play your team at your home, and that's something that's not lost on Providence head coach Chris Burdick.
Well, it's Michael just bumping over right-handed off the ball movement and goes stick side hip on Trey.
Here's a look at it. Farley able to beat his man after a nice feed from Kelly. Providence on the board first.
Kelly draws the double team and steps back, rolls away, and moves the ball to Mike Farley, and he just rips the twine. Great shot.
Farley's 22nd goal of the year out of the midfield position. Dangerous midi. You don't usually see too many goals from the or that many goals, I guess, from the midfield position. You expect that more from an attackman. For Kelly, his 7th assist, so the offense early coming from the midfield for Providence.
Michael Farley.
Of Rhode Island soldiers serving in Iraq. That's New England Accent, Sundays at 10 a.m. and Tuesdays at 5:30 p.m., premiering March 12th right here on Cox Channel 3. New England Accent is a public affairs presentation of Cox Sports Television. 2-1 North Carolina in front of Providence out of the timeout with 3:21 left to go. Carolina's taken 2 more shots than Providence has, and they have 1 more goal to show for it.
Carolina is definitely use of his hands.
Farley's 2nd tally of the day, his 23rd of the Canadian shot right there. The Canadian shot right there.
There it was. It's a great angle for you to watch that ball come out of Ben Hunt's stick and go directly into Peter Littell's stick.
Quick look at the stats after quarter number 1. Anything jump out at you there, Dave?
I know it's smaller, but face-offs, Providence 3-1. And of course here Carolina comes
right on cue. Carolina gets the face-off win and a shot, but you're right. You know, Providence, the little things, goaltending and face-offs. It sounds cliche, but that's what's going to win games. Providence able to back that up, by the way, so a nice hustle by the Friars, but those are the little things that are against. Deep shot, doesn't do it. Moves over to Kelly. Henniker.
On their approach and looking to isolate Farley. I'm a little surprised actually because he is playing a pole, but Carolina's short stick defenders are obviously very competent as well.
Again, Farley was using that Tom Kelly pick, but Carolina a bit more wise to it now. See a lot of Farley dodging. Nice cross-field pass. Kelly took his eye off it, couldn't handle it. Ball rolling to mid. 3-on-2. Nice defensive effort by the Friars.
Great pickoff there by
Sire coming back, an offensive midi.
Exactly.
Carolina gets it back though in front. Shot save. Littell from in tight. Littell with a big stop as Michael Burns swung around. The first real test for Littell. He passes with flying colors. Providence back the other way, and that gets their by Coach Burdick is Sire, who came back and made the initial nice defensive play, heads off the field.
We got a little flurry there, getting up and down, a little transition. That was exciting.
A little flurry, but no goals to show for it for either squad just yet.
I think Peter Littell's really settled.
The Canadian shot right. strategy. I mean, unsettled situations, sure, you want to take advantage, but I think Providence is sticking to its game plan of dominating possessions. Farley gets free and scores! Michael Farley goes by his man and finds the back of the net. We're all square at 2.
Michael Farley, he's a big man. This is a nice play. He notices he's got no backup to help him out. He comes right on by, and then he comes cross face and comes with the right hand. Notice how he comes with the little face dodge with the goalie, then comes backhand and sticks it low and away.
That was almost indoor style. That looked like a Canadian shot right there.
There it was. It was an excellent use of his hands.
Farley's second tally of the day.
Possession.
Carolina content to move across the field. Shot saved by Littell, able to corral the rebound. Good save by Littell in tight as Nick Tintle was shooting on the left side.
Great move. He tried to pull it to that low right corner and just came out a little early of a stick. And Peter Littell gobbled it up. Into a 2-4. Got 2 guys up top and then 4 guys across the goal mouth.
Centering pass taken away by Providence. It's loose on the ground. Quarter picked up the ground ball initially, lost it, got it back, gets it to Littell. Providence will attempt to clear. Under 3 minutes to go first half.
It's a great clear by Peter Littell pass up the field.
Friars in a bit of a goal-scoring drive. Over with 1:34 left to go, second quarter.
Providence coach wants to set up a play, I think. Get a little set shot for, I wouldn't be surprised if number 22 gets the call here. Michael Farley, he's been successful twice today, so they're going to go with
Farley have scored.
So
it's going to bail them out, so it allows the defense to be a little bit more aggressive, and against a team like Carolina, that's important for this Providence squad.
When Peter Littell, with every save, gets more confident as well, and once you get a good goal.
Our squad, we'll see which. Providence hanging around in this one. It's 5-2. Carolina in front of the Providence. That is the way. And it's 5-2. Carolina in front of the Providence College Friars. We'll have halftime after this on Cox. We're back in Providence, Carolina, with a 5-2 lead over the Friars, joined now by Providence head coach Chris Burdick. Coach, thanks so much for spending some time with us here at halftime. Assess the first half. How well did your team play?
Well, I think we did some things we want to do. You know, the zone seems to have them on their heels a little bit. They don't seem to be going as hard at the goal as it would be if we were man-to-man, so we're happy with that. Offensively, we're getting some good shots. We just got to put some away, and I think we're right in this thing.
Coach Burdick, David Evans here. Wanted to know if you're going to try to get a couple more guys on your offense involved. Right now, Michael Farley taking a majority of your shots, getting great looks, but trying to get the whole team involved there.
Yeah, we are trying to get the team involved. We need to do a better job of moving the ball off the dodge. You can see when we do get them to slide, and they are trying to hold their slides, but when we get them to move, we got to move the ball around and get it to the weak side because we do have guys open there, and that's where we're trying to get it.
Coach, you mentioned before the game that you really wanted to instill in your players to not be worried about playing the jersey, that North Carolina mystique. Do you think that is worn off now as we head into the second half?
I'll be honest with you, I never saw it. I'm proud of my guys that they came out, they're ready to go, they want to win this game. They don't care who they're playing, we want to win the game.
Outstanding. Coach, thank you very much and best of luck in the second half.
Thank you.
That's Providence head coach Chris Burdick. His team playing well but trailing by 3. It's 5-2 Carolina at the half.
Jumped all over Fairfield, and he's looking to pick up where he left off today.
A pair of goals today. We take another look.
Yeah, comes right underneath. The double comes, doesn't slide to his body. Drew Haybeck's a big boy. You can tell he's got some some meat on his bones, and he just was able to elude the double team.
Clean face-off win by Sire, goes right to the net, shoots and scores!
First goal by a Friar other than Mike Farley. That's a big goal right there.
Mark Sire won it clean and went from midfield to crease line and was able to beat Sheehan. Providence answers back, it's 9-4.
Sire gets a great jump there on the whistle and just takes off running and goes right down. Pretty weak slide there by the Carolina defender, just goes stick, slide, and Sire able to run through that. Sire's a senior, big strong senior. You gotta slide to the body there.
Wins another face-off, gets it back.
Let's see a little flurry here by Providence College, see if they can make a statement here.
David Evans calling for a flurry. Hollister on the end line.
Well, the rain held off, so I'm ready for a little snow. What do you think?
Or a nice Dairy Queen flurry, either way. Is that a blizzard?
It's a blizzard, right?
I like it. The blizzard is a fine treat. Providence on offense. Kelly moves to his right, has a lane to shoot and scores from a tough angle. He went up top right corner. Tom Kelly.
Tom Kelly going down the right side, attacking the short sticks, and he keeps his, notice, you'll see in the shot here coming up, he keeps his stick high and goes high, and you'll see Sheehan go down because he thinks he's going to go low and away. Watch this, he keeps his stick high and then goes high.
That's a tough angle. I couldn't believe he was going to shoot it from there. You see, this is a great vantage point. This is a very difficult angle.
He had to keep his stick high to high, or he probably would have missed behind the goal. So by keeping it high, he got Sheehan to go duck just a little bit and went right over his head.
Providence wins another faceoff. This has all started with a faceoff bouncer saved by Sheehan over the net and out of bounds.
That was a big save for Sheehan. He's gotten two gone past him here in the last minute. He needed to get that piece on that ball.
Sire with another face-off win. Number 20, LaMontagne, as a shot goes, and it's saved. There's Farley scooping up the loose ball. LaMontagne picked up the ground ball. Here comes Farley in tight, scores up high. Same place as the previous goal by Kelly. And just like that, Providence is down by only 3. Here come the Friars late in the fourth.
Michael Farley, opportunistic on this ground ball, throws a big stick fake and then goes right down the right side. Almost a verbatim shot from the dodge before this.
You're absolutely right. This is exactly where Kelly shot it from and exactly where he put it.
Exactly.
Farley's 4th tally of the game, and a timeout is called, and this Providence bench is fired up.
Breathing some life back into their offense.
Coach Burdick has got his troop. You see a wry smile on the face of the coach right there. Likes the momentum that Providence has, making the run a flurry, as you said, David Evans, not a blizzard. A blizzard would be if we'll call it a blizzard if they tie the game. But Coach Burdick has to be happy with the effort of his team. And I think it really starts, if you want to go back to where this is start, with number 27, Mark Sire. He had, I believe, 3 consecutive face-off wins that led to those big goals by Providence. It's the little things. We said face-offs and ground balls at the top of this broadcast. And right now, Providence, a big advantage in the face-offs here late in the fourth quarter.
We mentioned, too, some other guys getting involved other than Michael Farley. Here you see Michael Farley doing yeoman's work. He's got 4 right now, and at the pace right now, it looks like he'd probably get a couple more. Goes underneath 2 defenders here, sticks it high, and then the 4th one going down, optimistic on a ground ball, keeps his stick high, goes high to high on Trey Sheehan.
So Farley has done the scoring for Providence, 4 of their 6 goals. Put in the back of the net by the senior midfielder from New Jersey. And this quarter also doing the job is Mark Sire in the faceoff. You see the numbers, 4 straight faceoff wins in the fourth for Sire and the Friars. Shane Walterhofer back in there. This
The following is an Adelphia Channel 13 sports exclusive.
Adelphia Channel 13 Sports proudly presents the Metro Atlantic Athletic Conference Men's Lacrosse Championship game. Today it's the number 2 seed Mount St. Mary's Mountaineers against the number 1 seed Providence College Friars from Dembski Sports Complex at Canisius College in downtown Buffalo. Hello everyone, I'm Brendan McDaniels alongside my tag team partner Walt Sears. Glad you're joining us. Beautiful afternoon for lacrosse in the MAAC championship game. The 2 top seeds in the MAAC both won in dramatic fashion on Friday night. We're going to head back to our West Seneca studios right now and join Pete Anderson, who's going to update us on the results from Friday. Pete?
Thanks very much, Brendan. As you know, it's been a great weekend for lacrosse, and both of the teams that are playing here today really had to battle back in their semifinal contests. Here's a look at the action that got us to where we are, starting with a real barn burner between Providence and Marist. And what a great game it was. In the first quarter, Marist came out flying, and the Red Foxes took an early 3-1 lead thanks to Bill Dewar as he nets a couple for the Red Foxes. Keith Dietl also scored, and Marist was enjoying an early 3-1 lead, but Providence pulled to within 1 late in the first quarter with Devin McBride getting his second of the day. Now we're looking at second quarter action. Providence ties the score 3. John Hollister with the big goal that finds the back of the net at the 8:30 mark, but Marist answers. Bill Dewar gets his third of the contest, and now Marist is ahead 4-3 at this point. Not for long, though, and not to be outdone, McBride gets his third of the contest as he ties it up for the Friars at 4 going into the half. Providence carries that momentum in the third quarter. Mark Dillon gives the Friars their first lead of the contest early on. Mark Sayer adds to that lead as the Friars go up 6-4. Marist responds, though, by, you guessed it, Bill Dewar again. Marist pulls back to within 1. It's 6-5 after 3. The fourth quarter is back and forth, a seesaw affair as the teams trade a pair of goals. It's now 8-7 Providence. Marist is right there, though, to tie the contest at 10:28 as Dietl scores his second. Providence then goes up by 1, but just seconds later, Marist again ties the contest at 9. Now, with 6 minutes left in the game, Marist steps up to the plate and regains the lead. Providence, though, is still hanging in there. They fight back as the Friars' Michael Farley scores the game-tying goal with 4 minutes left. So we go to overtime, and none other than Devin McBride is there. He nets his fourth, and Providence advances to today's final as they win 11-10 in overtime. And what a performance from Devin McBride, scoring 4 goals, including the overtime game winner. Our Frank Stewart caught up with him.
Devin McBride, 4 goals in the game, right?
Yeah, correct, yeah.
Well, what happened in the last one, if you could describe it for us?
Just what happened was there's kind of a loose ball up top, and Tom Kelly came through with it. I just happened to be in the right place at the right time. Time kind of went slow. I got the ball, just freeze and finish like we do in practice.
Did you visualize as you went into the overtime the possibility might come into my stick, and what am I going to do? Do you go through that process?
Yeah, I definitely go through that process. I mean, especially in a game like this, you always want to help your team out as much as you can. You know, it's a bunch of the seniors' last games, and it was just really great for me to help them have another game.
Now we're moving to the second contest.
For the Friars, they had McBride right in front of the crease. That's where he had success in the semifinal game. Hit his first goal of the game and the game winner by playing that crease area. Sayer's going to flip it to Ryan. Inside 3 minutes to play. Ryan now working on Patrick Hannigan. Ryan patient. Still behind the net.
No, they're not going to get out of their game plan, Brendan. They're very, very patient on offense and trying to give the defense a break at the same time.
Here's Bundra now back behind the net, and as you said, they haven't had the ball much on offense, so this might be a strategy by Chris Burdick to give his defense a little break and try to get some offense started, because again, the majority of the first quarter has been played down at the right end of the field, down at the Mount St. Mary's offensive zone.
Oh, no doubt. The total domination by the Mount, 7 shots to 1, 3-0 lead. Could have been more had it not been for some spectacular saves.
So you see Bundra patient behind the net as you see Mount St. Mary's content to stay back there. Now the Providence offense starts some movement. McBride moving around in front of the goal. Farley had made a cut. Ryan looks to cut. 1:45 to play first quarter.
Don't forget you got Farrell out there, the great defensive player, 28, the all defensive player in the MAAC for the year, and then O'Byrne, second team all-star, number 26. They are just rock solid on defense, the Mount.
Almost 2 minutes now since Providence has held the ball behind the net, and again, there's no shot clock in college lacrosse, so you can hold the ball as long as you want, and as long as you're in the attack zone, they don't count you out. 1:08 to play. We're closing in on almost 2.5 minutes with Providence the ball, and any second now you're going to see Bundra make a run out of there as we're inside a minute to play. Keep looking back at Chris Burdick to see if he's given a signal when his offense to get going.
Well, I think Burdick's thinking that the last thing in the world he wants is to get that 4th goal against him and be down 4-0 and really take the wind out of their sails. This way they hold it. If they score, fine. If not, then it's only 3 at the end of 1.
35 seconds to play first quarter. And Chris Burdick just took a look over at the game clock as I'm keeping one eye on Bundra, one eye on Chris Burdick to see when he gives the motion to his team. 25 seconds now, and again, Bundra right behind the net. And Burdick is showing the hold sign to Brendan Ryan. 17 seconds, 15 seconds now. Now he gives the sign at 14 seconds. Here comes Bundra looking in front of the net. Here's Farley, can't quite get the handle on it. 7 seconds now. Farley still trying to get a shot off. 4 seconds, might not do it. 2 seconds, let's see if he gets one in. Does not get a shot off.
Look at that defense, take it away right in the last second.
Well, Farley had the opportunity if he would have held that ball on that centering pass. So we finished the first quarter with a 3-0 lead by Mount St. Mary's. We'll have second quarter action for you in the MAAC championship game right after this on Adelphia, Channel 13.
Anaconda Sports, the official also buyer of the MAAC. Anaconda Sports is one of the largest
Tries to shoot, looks like it got knocked away by Channing, but Providence comes back up with the ball, now in front. Flip behind his back, Ryan did all he could just to get that one off. Here's Sires trying to wind up, but good defense by the Mount.
Got a little physical there.
Here's Hollister. Hollister shoots and scores. Hollister rips a rocket and puts it in the back of the goal unassisted. And just like that, Providence is back in the game.
Well, they did the same thing against Marist, started slow. And that strategy by Burdick is now timeout by the Mount called. Seemingly worked at the end of the first quarter. Remember the last 3 minutes, he sort of just ran the 3 minutes off the clock. Take a look at Hollister making it 3-2, and again the goaltending woes continue for Channing. Been scored upon on the last 2 shots. And I just can't believe that Channing had 3 saves in that first quarter. I only saw 1 shot on him, and now he's faced 2 shots here in the second quarter and hasn't stopped either.
Well, that one was just a rocket that came from Jonathan Hollister. You can see him wind up, and you can see when those players, once they get that jump on that front foot and they get that other foot in the air, they've got their whole body behind that shot, and there wasn't much Channing was going to be able to do on that one as that one went high and into the back of the net.
Well, he had enough at the end of the first half. 3-2, 3-2 game. Mount St. Mary's, the Mount, got off to the quick start. A 3-0 lead at the end of one quarter. It looked like, I wouldn't say a blowout, but it certainly looked like the Mount was in tremendous shape in this game. And then Providence ran the last 3 minutes out of the first quarter, came back with 2 goals, Sarah and Hollister in the second quarter to make it 3-2 at half. Let's go downstairs to Brendan.
Thanks a lot. Well, we're here with Chris Burdick, the head coach of Providence. Coach, you guys got down early, but you're able to make a couple of those back up.
Yeah, Mount came out flying, and we had to take some gas out of it. I know you guys don't like to see that stuff up here, but that's part of how we play, our discipline. We manage the game, and we were able to keep ourselves in it.
What type of adjustments are you going to make here at halftime?
Well, I think, we got to generate our slides, our first slide, and then they re-dodge the backside and get that slide going. The guys are there. They're ready to go. Did a better job in the second quarter, as you can see. So we got to do a better job with that. And then I think offensively, we're doing a good job starting to move the ball a little off the dodge and share it, and that's when we start getting some good looks. So,
Coach, thanks a lot. Good luck.
Thanks. I appreciate it.
All right, that's Chris Burdick of Providence College. We're going to try and get Tom Gravanti in just a moment. Walt?
All right, thank you, Brendan. Outstanding job. They're doing double work, going down the sidelines. A look at the Providence Friars as they are resting. If you're wondering, in between, it appears that they have a 10-minute break. It's not a big break for the lacrosse. And the winner of this, by the way, if you're watching at home and just tuned it on, this is the MAAC Championship. The winner of this lacrosse Division I game, championship game, goes on to the NCAAs. That's right, to the big show. And would most likely draw the Virginia Cavaliers, who their scouts were here, and some of their coaches or scouts were here and watching the semifinals, and then probably are here watching the finals. And coincidentally enough, Mount St. Mary's scheduled the Virginia Cavaliers during the regular season. They did not fare that well, losing. Not that one-sided, but losing.
Here's Sire trying to go left. Gets it in front to Farley. Farley lost control. And it's going to be run down by Brennan. Kelly will reset. 9:05 to play, fourth quarter.
It was too bad for Farley because for one of the few times he had Jackson on him in that sequence on a switch.
Here's Sire going to the left. Tries to get into the middle. Sire scores!
Oh boy.
What a shot by Mark Sire, and it's back to a one-goal game.
Farrell gambled, went after Sire on a double team, but I don't think that really mattered. Farrell didn't come up with the defensive play. 2 guys are on Sire. Watch Farrell come up 28, try to double team, and he overruns them, and Sire able to get the shot away and beat the goaltender. I think a good defensive play by Farrell, though. He anticipated Sire taking his shot, so he tried to double team and just went by him.
Well, Providence triple teamed Sean Moran and got the ball, but it's going to be back to the Mount.
You know, they're a tough team, Providence. They were down late to Maris and tied it, and then won it in overtime. I believe they were down 10-9 late, and they tied that game up.
Yeah, they scored. Providence tied it up with 4 minutes to play and then won it in overtime. So here's the Mount. Last time it took him about 30 seconds to get that goal back. Now up top. But after that, Jason Warner, who had 4 in the semifinal game, has been held scoreless today.
And what about Farley?
And Farley, the leading goal scorer for the Friars, has been held scoreless as well. So,
and really hasn't had many opportunities.
Here's Derwent trying to get to the middle, goes left now, right in front. Nice save by Littell. Look, it was Mundorf who was in there. And Mundorf, it stripped the ball momentarily. Now Johnston gets it back for Providence.
And not only did Littell make the save, he came up with a steal there as he stripped it away.
Now here's Providence up on the attack. Hollister thought about shooting it. Changed his mind now. Looks like he's going to slow it down. So Providence an opportunity to tie this game up.
They are a tough team to put away, Providence. They hang around.
Here's Kelly. He's waiting for Farley to come in.
Got to consider that the save of the game by Littell.
Sire waiting up around midfield. Looks like he wants to get a pass and make a run at the goal. 6:40 to play. It's a 1-goal game by the Mount. The Mount has led for the majority of the game. Providence has never led. Here's Kelly. Kelly gets it opening, shoots it high. Over to Hollister. Hollister to Farley. Farley goes right side. Farley shoots off the pipe. And Providence is able to track it down. Hollister will pick it up for the Friars.
Yeah, Channing played that well, though. He took the corner away, so that's all he had to shoot at was the pipe. That had been in towards the net. Channing would have been able to make that save because he covered the corner.
Here's Ryan. Dumps it off to Farley. Farley's going to come up and make a run at the goal. Jogs into the box. Instead, he's going to dump it off to Kelly. Kelly comes out of the box with 5:45 to play. Here's Kelly. Trying to take Herring one in front to McBride, scores! The game is tied at 6.
And McBride has done it again.
So at the 5:39 mark, the man who's been coming up all weekend long for the Friars, Devin McBride.
No quit in the Providence Friars. Absolutely no quit. Seemingly down 3-0 and in trouble, and down 6-4 in trouble again. They come back and tie it. And a little bit of information as the Friars fans go crazy. Let's watch Kelly set it up, and let's watch the big save by Littell. And keep in mind, after the save, now how important was this? After the save, now watch what happens. He loses the ball, but he ends up making a steal right here and getting the possession back. They tie the game up because of that steal.
Yeah, nice check.
The ball, but he ends up making a steal right here and getting the possession back, and then they tie the game up because of that steal.
Yeah, nice check by Pete Littell. That essentially could be the play of the game.
Nice camera work there. He plays 6-6 tie. Another thing, just a little information for you. Providence in overtime games this year, 4-0.
That's right, including Friday night semifinal against Marist. So Providence now with an opportunity to take their first lead of the game. They have either been tied or trailed throughout. Here's Ryan with a short opening. Sire winds up, gets it into the back of the net. Providence takes the lead, 7-6, the first time all day.
Wow. Taking advantage of the backup goaltender. The Friars fans going bonkers. And they came down with a pretty good contingent for that long of a trip into Buffalo, New York for the MAAC tournament. They're right to our right. They haven't had a lot to cheer about in this game, but they sure do now. Now they're in the driver's seat.
So, and we're going to have a change in at goaltender. Joe Zalezzi, the second team All-MAAC selection, will come in replacing Chris Channing.
Might be a little bit too late.
Big hit on Watkins, but Providence able to maintain possession. So exactly a minute after they tie it up, Providence takes the lead 7-6. And we're going to have to keep an eye on Zalezzi. He does have a knee injury. That's why he hasn't played so far in this tournament. So let's see if the Providence Friars try to challenge him right away.
Well, in defense of Channing, he had an excellent game up to the last 3 goals. He was playing very well. And just happened to get beat on the last few.
And those would have been tough saves to make. It's not like he let in easy ones either. I mean, those are going to be tough goals for Channing to try and combat. But Zalezzi into the game now, so we'll have to check and see. And it wouldn't be surprised if every shot you see from here on out for Providence is a low one, so they test that knee if Zalezzi's out.
If you see a shot. I mean, Providence is so patient with the lead. Brendan, they're liable to sit on it.
So Ryan behind the net. As Walt said, Providence content on being patient. Here's Sire. Sire going against Kerwin. Goes left, shoots it wide.
Zalezzi moved pretty well there. Coach Burdick was talking to me before the game watching Zalezzi, and I said you might see him, and he says, well, he doesn't look like he's moving around too well in the warm-ups, and I said, well, that's obviously because of his knee injury, but the question I would have is if they're able to bring him in now with 4 minutes, why not earlier?
Well, this might be to stop the bleeding a little bit for the Mount. Here's Kelly getting chased around a double team. If he can pop it up, Providence will have an advantage. Here's Hollister over to Farley. Farley gets inside, scores!
Great shot.
Michael Farley gets himself on the board, and Providence has a 2-goal lead.
Great shot by Farley, not a non-factor the entire game. I was watching Zalessi the whole way. He played that just about perfectly and just missed making a great save. But watch the shot. Now look at it. He screened. Absolutely no chance for the goaltender. He guessed right, going to the right, but just missed it.
Providence has scored 5 of the last 6 goals in this game, and once again, Providence controls the faceoff, and the Mount will go a man down. A delayed penalty coming up here. Here's Hollister up in front. A shot by Ryan, a save by Zalessi.
That was a great save by Zalessi, and he's pumped up. So there he is. Zalessi had the knee injury. Unfortunately, was not able to see action in the semifinals. He did warm up before the game. He's the all-star goaltender in the league, and who knows if Joe Zalessi was starting this game, if it'd be a different story.
Well, it's not over yet. It's only a 2-goal game, and we had talked to Tom Gravanti a couple times about Joe Zalessi, and he was real unhappy with the hit that Zalessi took against Mount St. Joe's in their second-to-last game, and Tom Gravanti really thought the hit that knocked Zalessi out was an unnecessary hit. And Zalessi has a knee injury, a pretty severe one from what Tom Gravanti has told us, so this is surprising that he's in the game at all.
Well, maybe first, and he got up before the game, and obviously he wasn't 100%.
Severe one from what Tom Gravanti has told us, so this is surprising that he's in the game at all.
Well, maybe for a boost, and he did warm up before the game, and obviously he wasn't 100% because he's an all-star goaltender, and if he was even close to 100%, he would have been in there, Brendan.
Did spend a lot of time warming up before the game as we'd watched, almost to the fact that we thought that they might have even been thinking about starting him in goal, but probably most likely they were starting him out to do this. There's Zalessi. Look at Zalessi back behind the net.
Doesn't look like he's got a knee injury there.
No, and Zalessi comes out on Hollister, and they're going to get a whistle to stop play. Let's see, we're going to get a slash call on Zalessi. So Zalessi, I believe, has to serve. So we were 5-3. The Mount led coming into the fourth quarter as we're at the 151 mark. Providence leads 8-6. Jonathan Hollister scored a man-up goal to make it 5-4, and then Eric Seifert put the pad back in the lead 6-4. But since then, 4 straight goals by the Friars.
Yeah, I thought that the Friars, that's why it's sports, were in serious trouble down 2 goals had it become a 3-goal game. And you know what? Who are you going to give
play? Here's Hollister. Brings in the box, is getting beaten on. Now Farley's going to take it behind the net. And a penalty comes down for the Mount. Now another flag comes down, and the Mountaineers are just falling apart right now. So this game is pretty much academic with 103 because there's going to be 2 more penalties called, including the penalty that's already in the box. So we'll try to sort this out so Providence can just play keep away for the next minute 3 and punch their ticket to the NCAA tournament. As you see the first one right there, imagine that's going to be a cross-check called.
Well, you know, great run, though, by the Mount. The Mountaineers look like they had this one, not won, but Coach Tom Gravanti coming back after taking last year off.
And you really got to take your hats off to his team over the last 2 years, because Tom Gravanti missed last year with cancer, came back. I mean, that's a lot of transition. I mean, they had to listen to an assistant coach all last year. You know, then they come back to the regular coach. And both years they went to the championship game of the MAAC tournament. And they've done it with solid play on both ends. You've seen how tough their defense is for the most part in this game, as one of those penalties is released now.
Maybe 2 years in a row that they end up second best.
Not bad considering all the off-field things that have gone on for the Mountain. By the way, they only played 4 home games this year. So, I mean, they did all this pretty much playing out of their suitcases for the year.
Yeah, and they're going to have
in on 30 seconds to
brand
go.
new facility next year. I believe it'll be ready next year.
Yeah, and you wouldn't be surprised if you see the Mount playing in this game again next year.
Yeah,
because Joe Zalezzi, their all-conference goalie, is only a junior.
You wouldn't be surprised, too, if you see the MAAC tournament at the facilities at the Mount.
Imagine I'll be coming up there. Home games this year. So, I mean, they did all this pretty much playing out of their suitcases for the year.
Yeah, and they're going to have
in on 30 seconds to go.
Brand new facility next year. I believe it'll be ready next year.
Yeah, and you wouldn't be surprised if you see the Mount playing in this game again next year.
Yeah,
because Joe Zalezzi, their all-conference goalie, is only a junior.
You wouldn't be surprised, too, if you see the MAAC tournament at the new facilities at the Mount.
Imagine I'll be coming up there shortly. We're inside 5 seconds to go. As you can hear the Providence fans as Chris Burdick gets the bat, and the Friars are back on the MAAC mountaintop for the second time in 3 years. Providence wins the MAAC tournament here in Buffalo.
And Coach Burdick Coach Burdick says that it doesn't matter playing at Dembski, doesn't matter playing on A13, but Coach Burdick, now there's got to be something to it because you're 4-0 here in Buffalo at Dembski and you're 4-0 on A13.
I think when we talked to him in the postgame, I think he's going to feel a little differently. I think we might have had something to do with it. Okay, we really didn't, but
no.
But Chris Burdick's team goes 4-0 in the MAAC tournament here in Buffalo. The 2 times they've won the MAAC tournament has been right here on this field at Canisius College.
And this was a tough victory and a tough loss.
But I think right now Providence doesn't care. All they're concerned about is that MAAC championship and going back to the NCAA tournament. This will be their second tournament appearance. They went in 2004.
And they'll be a good representative for the MAAC conference. They're a tough team. They've got a well-rounded team. Excellent. Well, one thing that you need to play against Virginia is an excellent goaltender. They have that.
So Providence wins the game 8-6 as you take a look at the trophy they're about to receive as the awards presentation will come up. But again, a good job by Mount St. Mary's. Fighting till the end. They led for a long part of this game, and they just let it slip at the end. So Providence, for the second time in 3 years, are the MAAC tournament champions and will go to the NCAA tournament.
And they got a real bad break, Mount St. Mary's against St. Joe's, and a play that Coach Tom Gravanti did not like at all. Well, when their all-star goaltender, Joe Providence uses a huge fourth quarter, outscoring Mount St. Mary's 5-1 in the fourth to defeat Mount St. Mary's 8-6. Let's go down to Brendan McDaniels.
Thanks a lot, Walt. Here with Coach Chris Burdick and Devin McBride. And Devin, first of all, what do you think of Buffalo? You played 2 games here, you got 6 goals, you get the post-game interview 2 times.
I know, I like Buffalo. It's just really nice for me to come out here and lead this, help the seniors.
Well, Providence uses a huge fourth quarter, outscoring Mount St. Mary's 5-1 in the fourth to defeat Mount St. Mary's 8-6. Let's go down to Brendan McDaniels.
Thanks a lot, Walt. Here with Coach Chris Burdick and Devin McBride. And Devin, First of all, what do you think of Buffalo? You played 2 games here. You got 6 goals. You get the post-game interview 2 times.
I know. I like Buffalo a lot. It's just really nice for me to come out here and help the seniors out and leave them on a good note. It really meant a lot to me because I mean, they led us the whole season.
Now, talk about early going. You guys went down 3-0. I mean, what was the thought on the sidelines of the game? Was you guys kind of down, or were you more like, we can get back into this?
No, I mean, we've battled through numerous games like that, and that's what makes this team special. Is we don't get down. We always know there's a chance.
Now, talk about your first goal of the game, tie the game up at 3 apiece. Talk about that goal and what that meant momentum-wise for your team.
I just actually I forget who somebody made a great feed. I just happened to have a little space and I put it low. Just trying to get my team back, hopefully boost the morale up a little bit, and I think I helped them out.
Now talk about the second goal that you had was the real important one, because that put the game at 6 apiece. You guys had gone within 1 goal at 5-4, and then we're down 6-4. Then you got the goal back at 6-6, and that really was the one that really got you guys back in the momentum.
Yeah, it was just a great feed from Tom Kelly. Me and him have actually, he's been giving me great feeds. He's making me look a lot better than I really am. He's been giving me great feeds, and just happened to be in the right place at the right time, and I finished for him.
Now, in the 2 games that you've played here this weekend, you've really made a living in front of that crease. Just talk about your play, because it just seemed that you got the right position the last 2 games, and you were able to get some nice opportunities in front of the net.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's pretty much what the position coach talked to me about. He wants me to be on the crease and just clean stuff up and finish. A lot of other guys are creating, and it's my job to finish it for them.
Now, talk about your season as a whole. You guys get 10 wins. Yeah. That's a Providence record for the season. Now you're going to the NCAA tournament.
I know. I've never been to the NCAA tournament. I'm really looking forward to it. Just a great accomplishment. I'm really happy for all the guys and to leave the seniors on another good note. They deserve it.
Well, how sweet is it going to be tonight at about 8:30, 9 o'clock when you guys find out who Devin McBride, 6 goals in 2 games here in the MAAC tournament. We're going to head over to Chris Burdick right now. And Coach, just before we got on, you said you made it interesting, but you got the win.
Just a testament to Mount St. Mary's. They're an incredible team, and they played a great game. Their game plan was well designed. They brought their extra long pole up to pole Kelly and Farley both, and it gave us some trouble. It stalled us, but we finally found something that started working for us, and getting the ball to Devin McBride seemed like a good idea this weekend, and we got that done today.
Now, talk about, in the beginning, we talked about this at halftime, but recap it again. You guys go down 3-0 early going. What did you say to your team at that point?
Well, I mean, like I said, we sit on the ball. We can use our discipline offensively to take the air out of the ball and to try to slow down the other team while we get our composure back. And it just shows the different ways we can play. Then in the fourth, you see us get that flurry. These kids work very hard to be able to play the game in many different ways, and my hat's off to them. They handled that situation very well.
Talk about the fourth quarter. You guys are down by 2 to start the quarter. You pull within 1. They get back into 2, and then you guys put the onslaught on.
It's just we got tremendous athletes, and the kids really want to win. And I know Mount played a tremendous game, and in the end, we were able to make some plays at the end of the game and get the W. And it could have gone the other way. I mean, Mount's right there with us. I mean, they're a great program. Coach Gravanti's an outstanding coach and a good friend. And we were able to make some plays at the end.
Now, you really downplayed this when we talked to you on Thursday night, but you guys came back to Buffalo. This is where you guys won your first and only, at the time, MAAC tournament championship. You come back. Now you're 4-0 here in Buffalo on this Dembski Sports Complex. I mean, how much has Buffalo been an advantage to you guys?
Well, I think turf is the only thing that really we like about it, because the other tournaments are at Maris on grass, and I think we've got some team speed that shows more on turf. But we're also undefeated with you guys covering a game, so how about you come with us next weekend down to the tournament?
That was just going to say that was more important. You beat me to the punch. You guys are 4-0 on Adelphia Channel 13. We took you guys 2 years ago, and more importantly for us and for my partner Walt, I mean, we're going to get a good Christmas bonus here?
I think so. We'll work on something for you. I have to see what the NCAA rules are on that.
Now, Coach, really quickly, you're going to find out tonight who you're going to play. I mean, at this point, does it really even matter? I mean, just the point of getting in is the good part?
Well, it does matter, because our goal is a national championship. That's what we committed to at the beginning of the season. This was a big part of it, winning this championship. So we had ourselves, because we did hurt ourselves early with some losses, tough losses to Dartmouth, and we weren't able to get the job done with North Carolina. So we couldn't get an at-large. We needed to work our way in through the tournament, and that's what we did. But our focus is who we play. We worry about ourselves. To the best of our ability, we want to play. We want to play in the NCAA. Get an at-large. We needed to work our way in through the tournament, and that's what we did. But our focus is we don't care who we play. We worry about ourselves. We prepare to the best of our ability. We want to play. We want to play in the NCAA tournament. I tell you, this team is a team that's not scared of anybody, and that's something I think that we're going to take with us. I think we have a little bit different shot going in. I think we understand what the tournament's about a little bit from being there 2 years ago.
Well, Coach, best of luck to you. And like I said, if you want to take us with us, we travel.
You want to come on the bus with us back to Providence? We'll take you with us.
As long as I don't get the Gatorade bath like you do, we're on the road.
It was cold. It was cold. Great to see you guys. I appreciate it.
Congratulations, Coach.
Thanks.
The Providence College Friars going to the NCAA tournament again. Back to you, Walt.
All right, 8-6 is your final.
On a windy, overcast day here at Hofstra, it's the Friars of Providence taking on the Pride of Hofstra as we begin the road to Lacrosse's championship. And the winner of this game will take on the University of Massachusetts, already advancing with a win over Cornell. In the other half of the bracket, it'll be Princeton and Maryland. And hi again, everybody. I'm Dave Cohn, along with the winningest Division I coach in lacrosse history, Jack Emmer. They call themselves the Pride, and they rely on the ride, relentless pressure by Hofstra. And for Providence, they're going to need some outstanding offense from a guy who's a terrific innovator, Michael Farley.
Well, you know, David, Hofstra plays very good defense, puts a lot of pressure on in the riding game, and loves to pressure the adjacent man on defense. Michael Farley's the one guy for Providence that can run by people, and he's going to have to run by that pressure for Providence to be successful.
Well, besides the ride, and here operating behind is Tom Dooley, the freshman from Yorktown Heights. This is Iannucci. The cutter was Bonagoro.
Interestingly, right now, Providence is playing a zone defense against Hofstra. Very soft on the pipes, not going after either attack men behind.
Iannucci's shot is saved by Littell. It goes out of bounds, but backed up by Dooley. Kelly on the move. Kelleher is playing him.
Hofstra does a good job of switching a long stick on the ball carrier.
We're under 8 minutes to go. At what point do you start getting a little desperate and not want to run that much time before you get a shot?
Yeah, I think we're there. They still haven't figured out how to get by their man. They're trying to pick a little bit more.
Sire. Farley, nice change of direction. There's some of that innovation. But still, no shot. Looks easy from up here, but down there it's tough to get a shot. But they do, and they score. Nice movement there, and Hollister gets the goal.
Excellent feed by Devin McBride, cross cage. Nice job by Providence.
It took a while, but it paid off.
I'm impressed by their ability to hang in there and continue to play. 13-7.
13-7, they send out Joe Watkins to take the face against Mascaretti. We're going to have a timeout. So we have a timeout on the field in the fourth quarter. Hofstra 13, Providence 7. More of this opening round NCAA Lacrosse Championship game right after these words on ESPNU. Mascaretti wins the face from Sire. Gets it back. Mascaretti on the give and go, can't control. And Littell has it, the goalie, pressured in the crease. This is Johns Hopkins. This is Johns Hopkins. Back-to-back goals.
How about that? This is a little run by Providence.
Back-to-back goals.
They let him play one of the other guys, and then he can strip them and take the ball away from them.
And Mascaretti begins the second. He has one goal.
Be interesting whether Hofstra could maintain their defensive pressure here. They looked a little soft that they started the third quarter, although they look a little better right now.
Hollister up to Farley, goes to the left, and his shot backed up. One of the few times in the game, a second chance opportunity on offense. They've had so few shots. Devin McBride Back out he goes to Hollister.
You got a second save by Southern there. It's only the second save of the game for him. You got a minute foul coming up on Hofstra for a slash.
Unterstein and McBride serving time as well. So it's 5-on-5.
Both guys whacking each other a little bit. Decided to send them both to the box.
And another flag as Hollister hits the deck.
Getting a little sloppy now. There's a holding call coming up. Hope he actually called a trip. Another minute penalty. It'll be 5. He actually checked his stick very well and then went down and tripped him. A lot of times you'll let that go. It's a progression of the check, but not this time.
John Gorman, number 6 in the game, went over, got himself a long pole to play defense here, as it is now 5 against 4.
Here's something you don't practice a heck of a lot of. 5 versus 4. Just move the ball, step in, and get the good shot.
First time in the game, Providence has had the extra man opportunity. Right in close. Kelly off the fine feed from Brendan Ryan, and it is now a 10-4 game.
Brendan Ryan is the best assist man on this Providence team, and I like the way he found his man inside that time, Tom Kelly. Right on the tip of the crease, and he finished nicely. Number 17, Tom Kelly. Henniker, New Hampshire.
He somehow got between Kelleher and Orson and set up shop at point-blank range.
Well, Hofstra was lacking a man. Only had 4 men, a matter of fact. Providence took advantage of it.
Sire is out to face off again against Mascaretti, who has won just about every one from him. We saw Joe Watkins have some success in the first half. And this time, Sire wins it. So now Providence trying to string back-to-back goals together for the first time in the game. Here comes Robert Lamontagne, or RJ as some call him. And he is knocked down. That'll draw a flag against Brent Moyer. Now as Hofstra gets possession, the stoppage of play.
And this is the one way that Hofstra could lose this game. You spend a lot of time man down. Providence needs to take advantage. It's still 5-on-4 if you notice.
For as much as Hofstra has dominated this game, especially statistically, Providence is only down 10-4, and they'll have another chance as they get the ball after that shot. Still a lot of time to play in this game.
Now you got a 6-on-5 advantage as both unsportsmanlike fouls were released from the penalty box. So instead of 5-on-4, you got 6-on-5 for another 35 seconds.
McBride. Now the feed and a shot and a score by Sire as he one-timed it off the feed from Hollister. It is now a 10-5 game, and for the first time, Providence has scored back-to-back goals.
How about that? This is a little run by Providence, making it a ball game, 10-5. Taking advantage of the extra man situation. Excellent feed to the cutter and a nice finish.
It is Ryan with the assist and the one-timer by Sire the Friar.
Brendan Ryan. First time I've seen Providence pick a little bit for the ball.
Now here's Farley. He's going to be doubled. Farley tries to go around Gorman. He goes down, loses the ball. Gorman has it. Now back the other way in transition. Moyer got it ahead. Moyer to Mike, to Kevin Unterstein. They feed the crease. Dooley's shot is deflected and saved by Littell. Outstanding play.
That was tremendous sequence right there. Somehow Littell came up with the save.
It's Orson with a big stick. He'll give it up. Iannucci cranks. Save Littell. Under 10 seconds to go.
Good outlet pass by Littell.
Bundra with 3 seconds. Bundra and a whistle right before. A whistle signifying the end of the third quarter. Time has expired in quarter number 3. Peter Littell, a terrific game. Hofstra leading Providence 11-5. 15 minutes of lacrosse to play. The winner moves on to face Massachusetts in the next round. We'll return to Hempstead, Long Island on ESPNU right after this. Well, Providence won the third quarter, 3-2 in terms of goals scored, but Hofstra is winning this game 11-5, and no surprise. Chris Unterstein, Ethan Iannucci, the Long Island British Columbia connection. And they have, what, 155 points on the year. They are the co-national leaders in scoring.
I'd be interested to know when the last two guys on a team both scored over 75 points. That hasn't happened too often. I remember Mike French and Eamon McEnany back in the great Cornell days in the mid-70s, but I don't know if it's been done since then. That's a lot of points.
Robert Lamontagne now for Providence, looking to sophomore. Agoro, we're in the fourth quarter. Hofstra is in yellow or gold. This is Trubing. Now Bonagoro. And from way outside, the goal by Trubing. With the 7-goal margin in the opening 2 minutes of the final quarter, Devin McBride against the tough D of Moya. You're allowed to smack your stick on the opponent's stick as long as he's got the ball.
Moya gives you a lot of stick. He's very athletic. Hits you with that back check if you hang your stick. Jack Reed, watched him yesterday from Massachusetts. He's just a huge physical specimen. Actually, even a little more dominant than Brett Moya, although Brett's very good, does a lot of other things in the riding game that helps Hofstra.
This is Michael Farley. He's been held to 1 goal today, the top offensive threat. Really being denied by the defense of Hofstra. Working here against John Gorman. He's on him, all over him.
Mike Farley had 5 goals against UNC this year in an 11-7 loss.
Good move by Kelly, spun away from Unterstein, and Kelly beats Southern. That's his 2nd goal of the game. It's now 12-6.
Tom Kelly with a left-handed goal. Good for him. He is a midfielder and rolls back to his left hand, right through the 5-hole.
So a pair of goals in the game now for Tom Kelly. Chris Burdick, he was an assistant coach at Delaware, his alma mater, at Notre Dame, at UMass, at Cornell. Head man now in his 8th season with a record of 60-67, and looking for his Friars to tack on 1 or 2 more before all is said and done.
Extra man situation here for Providence. They played some good extra man ball today. They like to get the ball inside to number 22.
Farley sandwiched. He's in between 5 gold shirts. That will be tough. Sire. Pinchon is on number 5. They feed it to Farley, and he scores that easily. Well, he found the crease, and he gets his 2nd goal of the game.
They're very patient getting it to Farley. He worked in off a pick in a 1-4-1 type of set, and they did finally get it to him. I knew that's who they were looking for, Michael Farley. 14-8.
Senior out of Westfield, New Jersey, in what should be his final college game.
Look for Farley inside. There he is, number 6 on the feed, doing a nice job. Brendan Ryan. Must be his 3rd or 4th assist for the day.
Farley has scored a goal in every game, all 16 games he's played this season. New goalie in is Westgate now, Ron Westgate in the nets, the senior captain.
He's in the net, so now he's out of the net. They're using him to pick up a man as they red dog the ball.
Cage is open, the ball is loose, and it's regained. DiMartino within John Paul DiMartino.
Isn't it great how Providence is playing right to the end here? Go to the goal, boys.
LaMontagne on the move against Mike Understein. LaMontagne gives it up. Brendan Ryan, back behind they go. Here is Hollister. Hollister cutting, going down to a knee. Kelleher's on him. McCarthy's in the area, so is Kaiser. Jump shot, no good. Any backup? No backup. It's going to go over to Hofstra.
You know, interesting about Ron Westgate here. He's the captain of this team and was beaten out in the goal by Peter Littell. But their coach at Providence, Chris Berg, will tell you he's been the key leader on the team. It speaks really well for a team when a guy loses his playing time and is still an effective leader. A couple years ago, Seth Denola, that happened to him down at Navy when Matty Russell beat him out, and he was a tremendous leader also as he went to long stick midi.
Half a minute to go in this game. Hofstra is going to move on to face Massachusetts, the team that beat them in the opening game. There's a push against Understein by Kelly, and Kelly will say I'm sorry, apologize, and head toward the penalty box. Well played game, very clean game. Got it with them in the opening game. There's a push against Understein by Kelly, and Kelly will say I'm sorry, apologize, and head toward the penalty box. Well played game, very clean game. Got to admire the skills and the stamina of these players and tremendous endurance it requires to play this game.
I think Providence should feel pretty good about themselves. They played hard throughout the 60 minutes, kept coming at Hofstra, made it a decent game in the second half after only getting 4 shots in the first half. And Hofstra looked real sharp for a half and then were a little flat in the second half. They're not going to shoot the ball now. No reason to score another goal.
Saw Brad Sanuski on the sideline. He suffered a ACL, MCL injury a couple of weeks ago. Hopefully he'll be okay. Time is running down, and that is it. Handshakes all around as Hofstra wins their 17th straight game, 15 in a row here, and the pride of Hofstra moves on. They'll stay on Long Island next week to take on the University of Massachusetts in the NCAA quarterfinals. 14-8 is the final score, Jack.
I've enjoyed the game. I think it's been a great opportunity to Providence to show what they can do. They've stepped up and done a good job. Hofstra is an outstanding team. I look for them to advance in these playoffs.
We're not done yet. We'll be returning here to Hofstra in Hempstead, Long Island, where the Pride has defeated Providence by a score of 14-8. More lacrosse coming your way here on ESPNU. A look at